Continuing rounding numbers. So today we're going to learn how to round off a number to the nearest 10. As I said before, rounding is a way of estimating. It makes numbers easier to work with. But before we go into that, we're going to review the place value or the place of a digit in a number. Remember when we were doing addition and subtraction and place value and value? We spoke about ones, tens, hundreds, and so forth. Yeah. Ones, single digit, tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 900, and we have 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and in the 10,000. Yeah, this is a bit too high for you, but don't worry. We practice, those big numbers will be very easy to you. So we're going to start learning the rules about rounding numbers. First, you're going to have the instructions there on the screen for you, and after, we're going to move them away because they should be in your head after a while. All right, let's begin. So we're going to start rounding to the nearest 10. And it says when you're rounding to the nearest tens, the ones place is of particular importance, meaning the ones place is the important number you have to look at when rounding to the nearest tens. You must follow the rules when rounding to the nearest 10. Now, in the next slide, as we go along, you will see how the rules work. It says if the digit in the ones place is between a 0 and a 4, you're going to round down to the nearest 10. If the digit in the ones place is between 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, you're going to round up to the nearest 10. Now this rule, A and B, stands regardless of the side of the number. And it all depends on what house you're rounding off to. So I'm going to show some examples so you understand a bit more. Okay? Let's go. Now rounding to the nearest 10. First, we need a number. Our number is 14. Let's begin. To pay attention, right? How can I round this off to the nearest 10? How do I go about doing it? What rules do I follow? 14. 10 and 4 gives us 14. But how do you round it off to the nearest 10? Rules. Step 1. First thing, we're going to circle the rounding place number. We're rounding off to the nearest 10. Ones, tens. So we circle the number in the tens place. In this case, it's a 1. Good. Second step, underline a number next door to the right. This number is the 4. So you underline the 4 in this case, right? Step 3. Now, the number next door, you look at it, yeah, we know it's a 4, but then you have to ask yourself this question. Is it a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4? Well, we can see it. It's a 4, so we know it's a 4. And in that case, we let the rounding place number rest or stay as it is. This one doesn't change because this number is a 4. Or we could say later on we round down to the nearest 10. But after the other rule, if it was a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we'd have raised the score of this 1. But it's not a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's a 4. So we'll let this rest. Then, what do you do now? If it was, we're round to the nearest 10, but now, I take this one and carry it over just as it is. This is part of the answer. So the 1 doesn't change because the 4 is telling you to let this rounding place number stay or rest. Now, what do you do next? You see, I talk about the 1. That's the rounding place number to the nearest 10. And step 4 says, change all the numbers to the right of the circle. I mean to this right over here. That's the circle number to the right. So all numbers over this side here, if it's 1, 2, 3, 10, whatever numbers, will change to a 0. There you go. So rounding off 14 to the nearest 10 using the rules. 14 to the nearest 10 is 10. Now, well, you notice something. While I show a number, I'll show you a number line. You can also sometimes use it to help you in that if you don't want to follow the rule, but still it's part of the rules. If you have number 14, which two numbers or which area does it fall? If you start come from 0, 2, 20, you will hit 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But now, we'll run out to the nearest 10. So we're counting in the tens, looking for the tens number. Let's go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, until we reach 90. Now, I see number 14. Which two tens does it fall between? 14 fall between 10 and 20. And in the middle between 10 and 20, what number is there? It's 15, half between. Now you ask yourself, something you need to follow these rules. You can use it to head yourself. Which 10, 10 or 20 is 14 closest to? Remember, 15 is in the middle. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 15 in the middle. 14 is closer to 10 than it is to 20. Take that in mind. But still, we're going to do some more numbers and follow the rules. All right? Let's go.